On the road. We are streaming. We're streaming again. And we are going to go live on Amazon here in a second too. So I thought it might be fun. I haven't streamed in a couple of days. But I thought it might be fun to revisit the Oculus Quest because I've been playing around or been doing some research on some stuff. So I wanted to kind of do a half playing around thing and a half something else. So what we're going to do today, and I already installed this, is we're going to start playing around with the sidequest feature of the Oculus Quest. And I'll pull it up on screen here so you can see what it looks like. This is essentially like a way to sideload games and other software onto your Oculus Quest. And I thought it might be fun to do this because I haven't done it before and I just got it working. So I thought, hey, let's do a stream and play around with this stuff. And there's, I guess where this came from was that there were apps that were not getting accepted onto the Oculus platform, and then other indie developers just wanted to be free to kind of play around with the infrastructure of not the infrastructure, but the just what the Oculus Quest can do without having to become a full-blown developer with Oculus. Because a lot of people just want to play around with things and just see, experiment and get some users onto their apps. And Oculus really wants like super high quality stuff, which I don't blame them for. So what they've done here is they've kind of banded together and formed this little thing where you can basically just load apps onto your Quest like you were a developer. And the installation process was not like super easy, but it wasn't hard. So what I thought we would do is play around with a couple of apps here and see what that's all about. And then we're going to play a little bit of Oculus Link because there's a new Star Wars, and this is another open source, not open source, but independently developed application that is a Star Wars X-Wing simulator. So I figured the second half of the stream we'll play around with that. And I'm going to run it all off of my new gaming PC that I got right before the holidays. This was my holiday present to myself. This thing is running great. This is my new Lenovo. It's not so new anymore now. I guess it's 6 months old or 4 months old. This is the Y74015. And it's been great. It's nice and it's small. It's portable. It's got the 2080 Max-Q inside. And I got a good deal on it because it was right around the holidays. There was all sorts of good deals going on. So I picked it up. Right before I built the computer that now streams the channel, which I'm using right now, this thing was running the channel, the whole thing. It was doing everything my TriCaster was doing for a couple of weeks. So it's been working great. And of course, it's great for VR as well. It's not as powerful as my newly refurbished desktop machine upstairs, which has now got the 2080 Ti in it. So you could run all the VR games you want on this thing, but they look better on the one upstairs. So that's what we're going to be looking at. And Eric Bazinga, who's my go-to on Oculus stuff, he's got some suggestions. We're going to check out, I did download Hand Physics Lab already. He said Pavlov, Hyperdash, and T for God. And I thought we would start off with the Physics Lab one first, because what's cool about the Quest is, this thing's amazing. So the only reason why we have a cable plugged into it right now is for when we're going to be doing the PC stuff in a little bit. So actually, I can just disconnect this. Let me just make sure we're up and running here. Yes, I think we already installed everything we need to for. I'm just going to start with the Physics Lab, and then we'll play around with some more stuff. And hit OK here. Confirm Guardian. And we'll not do the Oculus Link right now. Allow that. And what I want to do real quick here is just get the Chromecast going here so that we can cast me to you. So all I'm going to do here is just go to my menu, wherever that is. They just changed everything here. So I'm like I just did the firmware update. And let me just go back here. Hang on a second. I'm getting some graphical glitches in here already. See, I should know better. View default feed. All right, hang on. Where is my menu and stuff? Oops, bear with me, folks. I just got to figure out where my stuff is here. So I want to cast this to you so you can see what I'm doing here. Do I have the right hands here? Let's see. Here we go. And for some reason, I have it in developer mode right now. And for some reason, I have lost my menu at the bottom of the screen here. Please use the Oculus button to show your universal menu. So the Oculus button is here. Yeah, it's like not showing up here. Let's see, let me reload the home here. Yeah, this thing's like bugged out on me. Press the Oculus button. See, it figures like the minute I go on the live stream that this thing stops working. So I'm trying to show you what I am seeing. So let me disconnect the cable here. That might simplify things a little bit. And yeah, I'm going to reboot my... Yes, I have the menu down here, but it's all glitched. So let me just reboot the headset here, and we will try to get this working. And I need a haircut, as you all know. And I'm not yet ready to go down the road of the Flowbee yet. And as it turns out, they are opening barbershops up here in about a week. So I might have a reprieve. Okay, so yeah, we're going to definitely do the hand physics lab. That was the first thing that I was really eager to try out with it, because so what I was getting at before I got distracted is that the Quest, it's amazing. This thing is fully self-contained, as many of you know. It's actually a decent VR experience. I mean, you'll be surprised when you see, if you get one of these things and see some of the graphics. If you look at my review that I did last year, this thing's been out for a year already, believe it or not. If you look at the review that I did about a year ago of it, the graphical fidelity is amazing for the fact that it's all self-contained. This is basically a mobile phone in here. And you get about 3 hours, 2 or 3 hours of battery life. But they keep making it better. Like it's so much better than it was a year ago. So now it detects your hands, all of your fingers. And you'll see this when we start playing around with the physics lab. And that app, I don't believe, is in the Oculus store officially. So it's going to be kind of fun to play around with that. All right, so my headset rebooted here, and I have the cable disconnected now. So let's see if I can show you something here. So let me just confirm the Guardian. Do that real quick. All right, now I'm back. Okay, so now what I'm going to do first is I'm going to share my screen with all of you. So I have a Chromecast hooked up to my video system here, and now we are casting. So let me grab there we go. And now what's cool about this, check this out. So if I put my hands up, it takes a second for it to find them. Let me get these out of the way here. Usually it finds them pretty quickly here. Might be the lighting too. Here we go. So look at this. Isn't that incredible? Let me just make sure you all can see this as I'm doing it. Can you see my hands? Yeah. So that's the one problem with VR is I can't see when I'm streaming until I go in there. So the way this works is that it detects your hands, all the fingers. And this is not some fancy PC. This is using the cameras that it uses to detect your boundaries. And then if I want to scroll, for example, I can grab and just kind of move my hands up and down here. I mean, it's like literally out of a sci-fi movie. It's crazy how this works. It's just amazing. So yeah, so we're going to try something here. Now we're going to use one of these side-loaded apps. And sometimes I get confused as to which hand is doing what. And then if I want to select something, I just pinch my fingers together. So I'm going to go to my library. And I think I have unknown sources here. And I can load up the physics lab. I might have to turn the volume down for all of you. Now, I have not played this before. This is like my first time in this thing, so this is like all new to me. Whoa, that's cool. All right, so let's go over to start. And I'm just going to fix something on the audio here real quick. Just give me 1 second here. Okay, avoid touching your hands. And I've got bones. Whoa, okay, this is an experiment. All right, and I got to do one thing here so it doesn't echo back on you all. So bear with me. So my system here like automatically adds audio to the mix. I'm just going to turn this down a little bit, and then I'm also going to disable my local audio feedback. All right, there we go. All right, now I'm not going to be seeing a lot of the chat as I'm playing around with this, so you'll have to just bear with me. But I think, and I'll keep an eye on things, I'm pretty sure you're able to see what I'm seeing here. So let's see, let's do building, drawing, let's try egg painting. Oh, my kids are going to love this. And I might have to, so I can grab an egg here. Oops. And I can put it in different things. Yeah, the precision's not quite there. I wonder if I can grab it. There we go. You know, part of it is like there's no, I don't have any real haptic feedback, so I can't really feel this egg in my hand. Oops. So they're kind of hard to grab onto. That is cool. They're really like, they're slippery actually, because they slip out of your hands. So I guess I can. So the hand tracking is great. It's just not detecting the, like it's hard to like just do this. I can move it closer or further away. Oops, that egg just like disappeared. All right, so let's see what else we got here. We have fighting. What's that one do? So I can grab, oops. All right, I can't reach down there because I dropped everything. Well, that's kind of crazy, huh? All right, what else we got? Force push. All right, make a fist shape to generate a force field. Oh, look at that. I see. So let me grab, and the one thing you have to do is you got to make sure that your hands are within range, or you can, the cameras on the Oculus can see the. Oh, that's cool. And again, check this out. Like, isn't this crazy? I mean, it's able to detect a lot of precision. Make sure you're all seeing this. Yeah, you're seeing this. So you can see the precision. And this is not, again, this is not my PC doing this. We are completely disconnected here. And it looks good. I mean, it's immersive. And I'll check the chat in a second here. And one thing I found sometimes is that the Chromecast gets disconnected frequently, so we'll see what happens here. The one thing I'm finding with this is that it's not, although like this is precise, the connection to the physical object or the virtual objects there's a lack of tactile feedback, so I don't really feel it. And one thing I've noticed with the Quest controllers is that they do have some vibration and tactile feedback, so you're able to kind of get a better feel for that. All right, let's see what else we got. Hand slicing. That sounds a little. All right, turn on the laser with the button on the right. Do not touch it. Okay. There's a button on the right here. Oh, there it is. And then, can I move this? So I can grab onto that and that. It even detects my arms. It must be projecting where the arms are, I'm guessing, because I don't think it can detect arms. It can detect fingers. Pretty cool. All right, what else we got? I'm not sure what this is supposed to do, because I'm not like, oh, let's see. I can chop through it, maybe? I don't know. Oh, is it doing something? I can't tell. All right, so let's try typing. That sounds like fun. Look at that. All right, type text here. L, oops. L, O. Who would think something as like crazy as typing would be interesting here, right? All right, what else we got? We have useless machine. Do not push. Yeah, so I would have to say like the precision on the hand tracking is pretty good. The challenge, I think, is getting the tactile feedback to make it feel like you're actually holding something. Yeah, that's a hard one. Drawing, let's see what that one's about. Okay, so I can just take my finger out here, make it green. Yes, it's getting a little, I think part of it is my studio light here is confusing it. And I can dump my cup, get rid of that. I may have to stand up a bit here too. Let's take a look here and see if, yes, that's a little bit better if I stand up. So let me just try that real quick here. Oops. And yes, you got to make sure things are like within view of your hands here. Let's try this useless machine. We did that one, Puppet. Oop, drop them. Maybe we'll get another one. There we go. Yeah, so this is like probably why you wouldn't see something like this on the Oculus Store, is that it's just not feeling like that polished yet. I mean, it's remarkable, like the precision on the hands, but the interaction here has been, it's a little tough. All right, let's see what else we got here. Did we do building? I don't think we did building yet. Here's some blocks. Yeah, it's going to be really hard. Like, I just can't hold stuff because I just don't, like, you don't feel it. You got to really look at it to know that you're holding it, and it's just not very precise. And then if your hands get too far away, it's a little hard. We did the puppet, we did typing, we did fighting, we did egg painting. Let's try the grabbing, let's see. You see, like, it's not, if I can put it in my hand like that. Oops. And I think that's why this stuff is still in beta. I can change my hand style. Oh, I have arms, transparent skin. Ooh. I can put my arms back on. Telekinesis. So it's like some AI going on here too, because it's rating confidence level. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so that is hand physics lab. So let's find my controllers here. And let's see if we can go find something else to play with here. So I'll take some suggestions, and I'll show you how these things install too. So let's quit that. All right, so now I got to plug this back into the PC. So let me do that real quick here. So yeah, cool stuff. So, and this is all, like I said, let me fix my mic here. This is all built into the Oculus. So like that hand tracking is a feature that they enabled recently. So like I think within a month or two of, they did the PC link feature, and then they added this hand tracking thing. It's really cool. So let me see what everyone's saying here. So lots of questions here. So Eric's got some suggestions. So we'll take a look at the store here. Let me pull it up, and we'll kind of scroll through here and see what looks good. And some of these, I think they're charging for some of these things. And then obviously, like something like Pokemon VR could never be on the legit thing. This looks like another little adventure game using your hands. Looks like a lot of hand controls here, which is cool. This is Pavlov for the Oculus Quest. And let's take a look at some other ones here. I'm trying not to do too much on the gun stuff, just because we're also on Amazon right now. Flood of Sins is here. Brian Pepper says, social isolation has me going crazy. Yeah, I'm imagining things that aren't there. That's true. That is very true. All right, so let me show you the process here. So what we're going to do, my hair's a mess today, so pardon my hair. What we're going to do is we have to connect the Oculus to the computer with the cable here. And this cable is going to do some more for us in a little bit too. So we connect it up. And then what will happen here is you'll see, here it goes, I have to allow the headset to do this thing. So I can just say OK. And then we're not going to do link at the moment. And allow, not now, allow. OK, so now we're connected. And then you'll see on the computer screen, let me pull that back up again. On the computer screen, you can see that it's connected. So Eric says, let's see, there's a few other. Hyperdash was the one. Multiplayer FPS. Huh. Crossplay, how about that? So it's Hyperdash and T for God. Let's see if we can find that one real quick. I'm trying to do stuff that I can use while I'm sitting down just because I don't have the other side of the room set up here. I was going to do the X-Wing thing in a little bit. T for God. Okay, here it is. T for God, under development. What's this one all about? So here, I'll play the little video here, and we'll see what it's about. That looks pretty cool. I wonder if I can do this sitting down, because this is all, let's see what else we got on here. Yeah, these are all mostly free, I think. And again, they're trying to get, people to try this stuff out to see if they've got something. Crisis Brigade is one I have on the PC. That one's a lot of fun. It's like it's like jumping into like Virtua Cop. That one's a really fun game. But again, I'm trying to do stuff where I can sit down. Beach Bar VR. What's that? That's that one. So this one, Beach Bar. Oh, you throw drinks at people. That looks interesting. Let's try that. So now what you do on this is you click on Install Latest. And I think that's all you have to do to get it onto your Quest. Oh, it's installing. Okay, so that's going in. And then I think if I put this back on, let's take a look. Let me go into my library. Now, let me just make sure you can see me again. Yep. It's always hard to stream the VR because, again, I can't see what's going on. So if I go to library here, and then I go over to my unknown sources, yep, there is Beach Bar. So let's try that one out real quick. Switch controllers. After you pick up your controllers, please return. Okay, so I need to pick up my controllers. So this one is not a hand one. And there's my controller. Continue. Okay. And again, these are all the indie games. And that's what's fun about this, is that you can get a lot of, did this one crash on me already? Oh, looks like it crashed. Let's try again. What's fun about this is that these are all the indie games. So you can really try out a lot of experimental stuff, which is always fun, right? Okay, looks like it's loading up now. Okay. Throw beers at customers. Let me see if I can recenter my... All right, so let's throw a beer at the dog. Oops. I may have to stand up for this one again. So you know what I might do is I think I'm going to stand up and I'm going to give you the full screen of this. So that might be a little bit easier. Okay, so I'm going to stand up here and I'm going to throw this. Oops. Did I just hit something? What did I just... Oh, I hit my light. I got to be careful with this. So I'm going to pick this beer up and I'm going to throw it. Okay, throw it at the dog. All right, simple cocktails, the basics. So we got to take a beer and throw it at the dude here. Okay. Welcome to Beach Bar VR. To start, toss this customer a bottle of beer. Okay. Again, I gotta be careful not to hit my lights here. And he gives me money. Perfect. Now let's see how many beers you can serve in 30 seconds. Punch the clock to begin. All right. problem is the beers don't they don't toss easily here. You gotta like really whip them, and I can't whip them that far because I'm gonna break something. There we go. All right. I'm gonna totally break something in here. She wants beers too. Everybody wants a beer. Okay, so what happened? Next, pouring. Okay, so let's give him a shot of this. All right. And you bring it to him like that. There you go. And this guy wants some ice. Where's the ice? Okay, some ice here. Put that in there. So this is kind of like Job Simulator, but so yeah. So there you go. There's a fun one, right? And so like these games are not going to rival what you'll see on the Quest store. There's obviously a quality differential here, but they're kind of neat. So let's poke around and see what else is in here. Eric says, if you're in the new menu, go, okay, it was from before. So Jim says, yeah, it feels like it's very raw. Yeah, this is very raw kind of stuff. I'm lucky to knock my coffee over here. Let me see if we can poke around here and see what else we can find. And then in about 20 minutes or 10 minutes or so, we'll switch over to the X-Wing thing and see what's there. So let's go to Browse. But yeah, these all feel like pretty raw. And I think that's okay, right? I mean, you know, this is where a lot of developers are experimenting. This is the hand tracking section. So let's see what we can find here. We'll go to Quest. Nothing found. I must be doing something wrong. Let's go back to Home. These are hot and fresh. And then if we go to Browse, so all games and games fitness. Even the store is kind of raw. Oh, you know why? Because I was searching before, so I got to get out of my search. So how do we do that? Let's go back to the beginning here. Let's go to Home. I got to like completely clear off my search here. And can we browse now? Okay, there we go. All right, so now let's go to hand tracking. Let's see all the hand tracking ones. So there's CubeSim, which is a cubism. Jigsaw 360. I know a lot of people are doing jigsaws right now, but they're locked up in their houses there. Maybe we can sort these by, these are the top ones. So hand physics is clearly the most popular. Cubism is second. This is a demo. VR, ooh, this one looks kind of interesting. So my daughter's been learning the piano. And we'll try that one out real quick and see what that's looking like. Brian Peppers says, Pulse Sensation gloves would have made this. Yeah, I think that's going to probably be the next thing. They should probably come up with some kind of tactile glove that you can put on. That would certainly make that, make that more interesting. All right, so we're going to try that one. Let's see, let's grab a few more so we can just kind of jump in and mess around with all that. So that's that one. Hand space looks a little creepy. Mr. Scribbles, use your hands to make your own scribble verse. There's another piano game there. This one, what is this? It's like a model railroad thing. Yeah, there's a lot of raw stuff in here, isn't there? Finger Concerto, a musical instrument for your fingers. Meditative Mysteries. Interesting. Well, there's only one that really intrigued me there. Jen A wants to know, how's the eye strain for the Quest versus other VR? You know, it's about the same no matter which one you use. I haven't found one that's better than another. There is a lot of eye strain after a while. So what's funny is I found the battery life on the Quest to be about where I can take it. And I think what gets me more than the eye strain is just the weight of everything. You know, not just this one. Even my PC headset is pretty heavy too. Let's see what else we got. By the way, VR is a great fitness thing. so we're not going to be able to play with too many of these right now just because I'm sitting down. I wish they had one that like you could look at like a seated experience. Let's see. Axe Legend, it looks interesting. Some of the artwork on these is really good. Let's see what else we got here. So target range. Oh, here we go. This is like this one looks like something I would play. So let's try, this is a seated one, even better. So let's grab Void Rifter. Install that one. And what's happening here is it's just downloading them right to my headset as we're browsing through this. There's a little bit of work to get this set up. It's not significant. Dino Encounters. That looks intriguing. Let's try that one too. Got a couple of those in there. Eric says Sunshard is a good one. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just trying to find some stuff that I can do seated here. Did I install Sunshard? Is that what I just installed? Let's look for that one real quick. So Eric is my go-to guy on the Quest. He's got a lot of fun stuff to show, or to tell me about. Sunshard. Let's see if that one will come up. Sunshard. There's two of them. Oh, it's a combat demo and a hand tracking demo. Let's try the hand tracking demo. So we'll do that one. And then when these are done installing, we'll take a look at it. Yeah, Johnny, my hair is in bad shape right now. So I'm getting it cut soon. We're either gonna take out the Flowbee, and I just literally didn't do anything with my hair today. We're either gonna get the Flowbee out later this week, or I'm gonna wait till next week when my barbershop reopens and roll the dice on that one. Tornado wants to know, you don't figure I've tried PSVR. Yeah, I have not tried the PlayStation VR. That's the one I have not. That's the one VR system I haven't played with yet, and I would like to at some point. Primarily because they have like the only official Star Wars space fighter game on that, and it looks like I'm not broadcasting at the moment. So let me rebroadcast to the Chromecast, and it looks like. Make sure you can all see that. Yes, you're good there. Okay. All right, so we're going to try a couple more of these games, and then we're going to jump over to the PC, and we're going to play with play a little Star Wars on that, which is I'm really excited to play with that. So it's going to go to Library, and we're going to go to Unknown Sources. So let's see. I want to try Void Rifter first. Let's take a look at that one, because that one's kind of like another space fighter-y kind of thing. Piece by Piece. And again, these are all Oculus games, Oculus Quest games. I need my hands, maybe. Let's see. Does it need the hands? Oh, there we go. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. Oh, doggy. Yes, you're a good dog. Let's see. Maybe my hands can... Well, the hands are getting rendered here, so I'm guessing that there's something to do with these hands. And I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do here. I gotta call her back in a little bit. Am I supposed to look at that thing, maybe? It changes color when I look at it. All right, well. Oh, I see. He wants me to throw the ball at him. Okay. Yeah, so these are definitely works in progress. So I could see why Oculus would not want these on their platform right away. All right, that one, yeah, okay. Get me out of here. Okay, so that's that one. That's Void Rifter. So Sunshard is the one that Eric was saying we should try out. So let's go and check that one out real quick. So again, we'll go to Unknown Sources. It sounds like the lawnmower guys are out there now too. Let's see, Sunshard. All right, so let's try that one. This is good that I got this installed now, so I can start playing with more of these experiences. That, often there's some diamonds in the rough on these things. Oh, this is cool. It's kind of like. All right, so protect your totem. Pass your fingers into these cubes to try out different powers. Okay, so let's try that one. Ooh, look at that. All right, so pass your fingers into these cubes to try different powers, or into the red one to remove powers. All right. Open the chest to begin. How do we open the chest up? I do. May have to take out the sword here, maybe. Let's try that real quick. How do we open this thing up? Let's see, maybe it's like this. Oh, there we go, I got it now. Okay, gotta be really precise here. Yes, I mean, these things have, like, there's some work that needs to be done to try to get this stuff to work. And I'm like shooting like swords out of my other hand, I think. Okay, there we go. I'm not sure, I guess these creatures are gonna come after me here. This is kind of fun. They look like little toys coming after me. They're really tiny. And I've got these powers in my fingers. And I guess they're coming for that thing in the middle there, so you got to stop them from getting that. That's kind of neat. One of the things about VR that I think you have to really experience is the fact that everything looks three-dimensional and immersive. So if you've experienced like a 3D movie, you're often looking in on this three-dimensional screen. But when you are in the VR environment, you know, it all looks like, I could feel like I could touch this thing here in front of me. That's what's so neat about this stuff. Yeah, so there we go. But again, it just all needs work, right? It's like the precision, it's weird. It's like the precision on the finger detection is awesome, but the implementation of it must be really challenging for developers. Because none of this stuff, like the controls don't feel precise, even though the finger tracking, I mean, look how precise that is. So, all right. I could see playing around with that a little bit more. Okay, so there you go. All right, so now, I think we have one more I wanted to look at, and then we're going to switch over. So what you're going to see down here, it says enable link. When I enable that, it's going to become an Oculus Rift on the PC side. We're going to try the Dino one real quick, and then we will do that. And then I'll check some chats here in a minute, too.
Hello, time traveler. Welcome to Dinosaur Encounters. I will be your guide. Which dinosaur would you like to visit today?
I think
You can select a dinosaur by pointing the
I'll
controller
do the
at a
T-Rex. Let's see. Oh, my hands are rendering here, too. So it looks like everyone's really focused on this hand tracking thing. Oh, maybe not. So these are
Excellent
controller
choice,
hands.
time
Okay.
traveler. I will lead you to the dinosaurs. If you get lost, the green arrow on your controller. Tyrannosaurus Rex, also known as T-Rex, was one of the largest and most ferocious of all land predators to have ever walked
So I can
the
see my
earth.
kids getting into this one.
Everything about this ruthless.
Wonder if he'll eat me if I get too close to him. Can I touch him? Oops, where'd he go? Yeah, so this is where you'll see kind of the limitations of, I hope he doesn't poop on me. This is where you'll see some of the limitations of the Quest hardware. You know, we're not dealing with a super high-powered GPU on this thing. But it's good. I mean, this is fairly immersive, you know. It's not, he looks pretty big. And you get a real sense of scale, too, when you're in these environments with it. So, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's cool. So, I mean, you could spend some time in here just kind of messing around with you know, these experiments that everyone's doing. All right, so now I'm going to just do one quick thing here. I'm going to disconnect the screen sharing thing, and we're going to switch my view over because we're going to switch to the PC. So we're going to stop casting here, and what we're going to do instead is switch my hit the spacebar there by accident. We're going to switch my thing over here. So let's go over to my vMix settings here. And we're going to go and adjust my overlay channel. So I'm going to click on this one. Bear with me for 1 second, folks. And we're going to change it from that to this. Okay, because now what's going to happen is when I enable the Oculus thing, it should go full screen here. So let's try that out real quick. All right. This is going to be fun, this part, I think. TechFlood is here. Captain X, can you use Plex on this? Yeah, I think there is a Plex client for the Quest. I know there's one for the Go. And Plex is actually pretty cool on these things because you can invite your friends in and you can sit together on a couch and watch your content together. It's pretty cool. All right, so now I'm going to put this back on and I'm going to enable the PC link mode. So let me just do that real quick here with the controller. Hopefully it works. There we go. All right, so now we are in here. Let me see what you all can see. So you don't see anything yet, but that's okay. So now what I've got on the computer, so I think you should start seeing this when I boot the game up. Now what I have on the computer is this X-Wing thing that I downloaded. So it's called Project Stardust VR. And I am just going to let you see it to appreciate what this is all about. And it should, hopefully, oops, I got to do this and run anyway. It's a non-official Windows application, but it's all in the up and up. And let's just make sure it loads. There we go. Okay, and then it kind of summons up Steam VR. And we just got to wait for it to load. And you'll hear the fan on my laptop going here. Oh, I guess the Plex doesn't work on the Quest. I thought it did. You might be right about that, Tornado. I forget which platforms it works on from time to time here. And let's see, projects. Okay, here we go. So we're going to 1080. I'm just going to have it all be default. Let's try high. I think I can get away with high on this one. All right. And I think you all can see that. Yep, there we go. So this started as a college project. And this, by the way, now is running on the PC. And we're using the Oculus Link feature. And the way the Oculus Link works, this is so awesome, is that it runs through the USB cable. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. I'm just going to go ahead and play. So we can do the trench run. We can do survival, infinite practice. Let's do the trench run, no tutorial. Let's see how that looks. So what he's done basically here is he has essentially recreated Star Wars Arcade in virtual reality, and this is the newest version of it. So he had one that came out like around Christmas time last year, I think, or a little bit earlier than that. And this is like the new and improved edition here. And I'm not sure if you can hear this or not, so let me know. I'll check the. Let's see, I think you should have, it may not have audio, we'll see. I'm waiting for it to load here, I think. Let me see what's going on. And again, this is all beta stuff, so stuff sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. I'm assuming it's loading, but I'm not sure. So we'll wait it out here and see what happens. Maybe not. Oh. Let's see. Application has generated a exception that could not be. Okay, whatever that means. I think you're still. Oh, you lost your. Everything's breaking down here. All right, hang on a second. Let's go back to. So I got to restart my vMix transmit of my desktop here. So let me just get that going again. That crashed. So we're going to start that again. And hopefully that comes back. And then I've got to go in and load the game up again. This might be a really short stream if this doesn't work. And bear with me here. I just got to go and find the game here, Project Stardust. Let's try this one more time. Okay. So he spent some time on this, and apparently this new version is like much improved over the one he released. I'm hearing stuff through the headset, but I'm not sure if you do or not. It's a real bummer if this is not going to work. So now it's like frozen. Oh, it stopped the sound that it was playing. Let's see. It looks like it's crashing out. All right, hang on. Let's see what's happening here. I didn't read of any issues on the Quest. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to put everything on default here. And let me tune this down to like 720p so it doesn't hit it as hard. Let's see if that is a little better. And it might just reboot if it's still not cooperating here. Yeah, so it's weird because, yeah, you know what it did? It like completely froze up the Oculus side. So we're, yeah, so I'm going to reboot the computer side. So let me shut down Steam VR because we're getting images on the computer that I'm not seeing in the headset. So I am going to shut down Oculus here real quick, and what we'll do is we will go back and load Oculus again, and then we will get this going once more and see if that does it. Oh, a Quest software update. How about that? And this is the other thing. This thing is, you know, it's all in beta, so it's constantly getting updated, which drives me nuts. So please install the update from the About section of the settings of your headset. All right, hang on a second, everybody. So that might be explaining partly why it's not working. See all. And I updated everything before I started the stream also, and it's still... All right, so the update... So it says no updates are available. So what does it say here? Install the update from the About section of settings in your headset. Oh, no updates available. All right, so that's not it. Okay, so let me enable link again here. Just reconnect. And then we're going to go and get Project Stardust going again. This time I'm not going to push the settings. And we're just going to say play. All right, so I'm seeing it again here. Hopefully that will... And what he's done is he's mixed in all the music and stuff too, so it's got like... If it's just a thing with like the Oculus Link. There we go. Okay, now can you all see this? Yes, you can. Perfect. Okay. So now you control this with your controllers here.
All wings reporting. Red 10 standing by.
All right, I gotta just hit the echo.
Red 3 standing by. Red 6 standing by.
Bear with me for 1 second.
Red 2 standing by.
Red 11 standing by.
Lock gas foil to attack position.
Hang on, everybody. I will fix the echo.
Squad leaders,
I always forget to do this.
we picked up a new group of signals. Enemy fighters coming your way. Pick up your visual status.
There we go. So now we gotta...
Fighter coming in, point 3.
I forgot there's a way that you can... The scale here is pretty significant. I mean, he's done a nice job of this. I forgot how to fire it. If you look back here, you've got R2D2 down here. And there's some nice reflections on the glass. And this is, tutorial, and then we'll learn how to play this properly. But I think it's pretty cool. What do you think? Looks like it's working, right?
Red 5, this is Delta Leader. I've been instructed to run you through a flight systems check in preparation for today's attack. Let's make this quick though. There have been reports of Imperial activity in this sector. If you find yourself not properly centered in the cockpit, press the re-centered buttons in order to reposition yourself.
Alright. Press both recenter. Okay, so hit that. There we go. Okay.
Use your flight sticks and thrusters to maneuver your X-Wing around some of the asteroids and make sure everything is handling properly before we set out.
There we go.
To fix your throttle at a specified speed, switch to HOTAS control and slide the throttle forward to accelerate.
How the heck do I do that? Oh, I see. It's a control here. So cycle, fire.
To use any of the dashboard buttons, move your hand near them and press the action button on your controller.
It's the action button. A button, okay. Show level stats. Okay.
Try giving your boosters a test now. It should give you an extra bit of speed when you have a fighter on your tail. To properly activate your boosters, hold the acceleration and boost buttons down on your flight stick. Braking can be an excellent way to outmaneuver your enemy. Use the brake button to complete hairpin turns and full stops. If your pitch, yaw, or roll are too touchy or don't respond well enough, try adjusting your sensitivity in the flight settings of your onboard computer.
Alright, I think I got this now.
Okay, last systems check. Fire your lasers at some of these asteroids and make sure your targeting is set correctly. You can cycle through different laser firing patterns using the flight stick buttons or the appropriate dashboard input. Looks like we've been spotted. TIE fighters are inbound.
Alright, so check my radar here and then see where okay, here they are. Alright.
You can get a lock on the enemy craft by cycling your aim method using the red button on your dashboard.
So yeah, this is pretty we'll kind of latch on to.
Automatic targeting works very well if you are right in front of the craft or right behind it, so try to get on their tail.
Now I got this. It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Looks like that's the last of them. Hopefully it was just a scouting party. Let's rendezvous with the attack group on Yavin.
Alright, so let's press action to continue. And this is going to be the...
Stand by alert. Death Star approach. Estimated time to fire range, 15 minutes.
Look at the size of that.
Report in. Red 10 standing by.
Red 7 standing by.
Red 3 standing by. Red 6 standing by.
Red 9 standing by.
Red 2 standing by.
Red 11 standing by.
Lock S4 in attack position.
Squad leaders, we picked up a new group of signals. Enemy fighters coming your way.
Pick up your visual status.
Fighter coming in, point 3.
Like put my X-Wings in attack position here. There we go. I can see how you might get a little motion sickness with this. For sure. But we did this this is part of the study. We're trying to figure out if we can make people less sick in VR.
Squad leader, we picked up a new group of signals. Enemy fighters coming your way.
Again, this is running on the PC. We have different quality levels, so we can attack the graphics to make it look better. It looks pretty good even on the low settings here. I like the reflections on the glass. It looks like more like they do in Star Wars. You got some really cool lighting functions here.
You got one on your tail.
So I want to show you these different levels because there's more than just this scene here. So once you get through this part, it really models the old arcade game. So you've got the attack on the Death Star, the surface of the Death Star.
Squad leader,
And the ships are still
we
pretty
picked up a new
gun.
group of signals. Enemy fighters coming your way.
But it looks good. And it shows you, like, if somebody really, if there was a team that got put together to really develop this, I think it's crazy that we are, in 2020, with all these awesome VR systems now, like this PC stuff, that we don't have, like, this game. It's not graphically intensive. We're only on the laptop right now. You get, like, a quota of fighters that you have to take out. It's definitely getting bigger.
Squad leader, we picked up a new group of signals. Enemy fighters coming your way.
Come back and chat with them. Looks like we have to actually get to the next level. Do our quota of fighter dispatching here. Yeah, I'm not sure if it tells you like how many more you have to get to. There we go. Stage clear. First action.
This is Gold Leader. We're starting our attack run.
So now we're going to go to the next stage. Make sure we're still on here. Looks like we're
Stabilize your rear deflectors. Watch for enemy fighters.
Okay, here we go.
This is it. We're in position. I'm going to cut across the axis and try and draw their fire.
By the way, this is free. This is a independent developer. And one thing that I didn't do, and I should have, is that he was having anyone who wanted to could add their voice to the game. I'll tell you what, put this game in 1983, even though it's rough around the edges of the kind of year at the moment. Like, seriously, like this is like the arcade game that we all wanted as kids, right?
Wait, coming in point 35.
I see them.
So we took out the towers here, just like we did on the arcade version. And it's got them all lit up for us here. A little more surgical, perhaps, than the arcade version was. And you can see I'm moving sideways there, so it's got some like space physics, so that you're able to like do some drifting. Even though I'm pointing my nose forward, my momentum is carrying me the other way. So, stuff here.
This is phase one.
Keep half your group out of range for the next one. Copy,
Whoa,
phase one.
that got me a little
Take
dizzy.
red to the break.
Hold up here and wait for my signal.
Start your round.
So yeah, this is for the PC, so you need a PC headset. He's done a lot of work on compatibility, so it should work on the Rift as well as the Oculus platform. Right now, of course, we're running it on the Quest. More altitude here. Let's do a little bit of drawing here, a little slow down here and there, but not bad. That's cool. I mean, for one guy, right? This is pretty fun. All right, we did it. So now we're doing the.
Copy,
the
Gold Leader.
Came from behind.
We're passing through the magnetic field.
You actually have to put yourself in the trench. So that's pretty fun. Can we do it?
Remember,
Oh! All right, that's a little harder than it looks.
We're passing through the magnetic field.
remember,
The Force will be with you, always.
Yeah, it's a little tough.
We're passing through the magnetic field.
Let's see if we can get this done. I'm sure at some point it's going to force us. You must fly. Okay, so
We're passing through the magnetic field.
we slow down. So I can do this.
remember,
The Force will be with you, always.
I guess I can slow down and just get the bearings. Woo! This is tough. Here we go. I kind of like that it makes you fly in there. It's not just like some automatic thing.
We're passing through the magnetic field.
remember,
The Force will be with you, always.
Switch all power to first equipment stream. Switch all power to first equipment stream.
This is tough. Let's see if there's any.
We're passing through the magnetic field.
Because I guess really what I need to figure out how to do is to slow down. So I can stop and get back.
remember,
Always.
You must
Feel the Force around you.
Yeah, the Force is not with
We're
me.
passing through the magnetic field.
remember,
We're passing through the magnetic field.
remember,
The Force will be with you, always.
Yeah, this is hard.
Switch all
I think
power
what you got to do is you kind of have to manage. So this is the trick with this, is that because you're a space
passing
fighter,
through the magnetic
you're
field.
not dealing with like constant thrust, so you've got to apply the thrust. So
remember,
The Force will be with you, always.
So you give a boost, you give a little thrust boost, you get yourself pointed in the direction that you want to go. So let's try this again here. See if we can get down a little bit further.
remember,
One more time. This was easier before. I don't know if we've got some kind of automatic mode.
remember,
The Force will be with you.
You know, I'm gonna
We're
try to fly this
passing
way.
through the magnetic field.
Let's fly into the trench.
You must
We're passing through the magnetic field.
remember,
All right, one more time.
We're passing through the magnetic field.
What are these guys doing? Let's see what the computer players do.
remember,
The Force will be with you, always.
All right, one more time.
We're
Then I'll take
passing
some
through the
checks.
magnetic field.
All right, here we go. The problem is that you get such a boost when you hit that
Passing through
boost
the
button.
magnetic field.
It's like if I stop.
Remember, the Force will be with you, always.
Yeah, so if I hold down both of these buttons, I have a lot more control. What I'm doing is I'm simultaneously boosting and stopping. So every movement. Okay, we're getting better.
We're passing through the magnetic field.
Remember,
One more time.
We're passing through the magnetic
This
field.
is why Luke Skywalker made it look easy, right? It's not that easy to fly into this trench here.
remember, the Force will be with you, always.
So when I say this is like a really trench, right? It seems like things are different every time I go through.
Say about 20 guns. Some on the surface, some on the top.
I gotta say, this is pretty good. I mean, really, for recreating gameplay of the original arcade, it's done a really nice job.
Stay back, far enough to cover you.
Let's go through the tower, but I can't see these platforms.
This is definitely a challenge.
There's too much interference.
Made it far that time. All right, one more shot.
We're passing through the magnetic field.
Remember,
We're passing through the magnetic field.
So reminder, do not get in a airplane with me. If I'm flying.
remember, the Force will be with you.
So it looks like the key here is to apply both the thrust and brake. And that gives you a little more control. Oh, a lot more.
All power to first equipment train.
Yeah, here we go.
Say about 20 guns.
Okay.
Some on the surface, some on the top.
Well, I think that's a lot of fun. And now I'm like dizzy. Woo! So, yeah. So this is something we're going to be, I'll be playing a lot with. Again, this is called Project Stardust. Let me show you the website real quick, just so you can see it. Yeah, this one's a lot of fun. Free. So if you have a VR headset and a PC that can run it, this is completely free. And let's get out of this real quick here, and I will show you the website for this. So if you go on, let me just pull it up on screen here. So if you head over to Project Stardust VR, excuse me, he's got a Twitter, and from here he's got the latest version of it. And we'll have to look at some videos later and figure out like what's the best strategy for this, right? His name is Dylan Stout. He's the one that made it, and you can get it. Go off of his Twitter here. So if you go to X-Wing VR, that's what you're looking for. And let's see, he's constantly working on this, and I think his semester just ended, so he's been spending a lot more time with it. But I think it's like a really well executed version of Star Wars Arcade in VR, And like he was so fed up that nobody did it that he just made it. And I wish I knew how to do that. It's amazing. So it's pretty cool. And I think the volume is off. I think I had the volume too loud on there, but at least you got to see it there. So yeah, so it's good stuff. All right, yeah, so I think I'll be playing that one a few more times. Maybe if I get better at it, I'll show you where it's at. But that's some of the stuff that I've been doing with the Oculus Quest. It's gotten, you know, it just keeps improving. And, you know, one of the things that I really like are things like this that always evolve, and that's what's been happening with the Quest. So when it came out, it was a decent standalone VR headset. And then as time has gone on, it's gotten more advanced, and they've added things like the hand tracking we were looking at before, the ability to link it up with the PC. So what we were just doing, in case you're tuning in late, is we have the Quest headset here connected via this USB cable to the computer. And what it's able to do is become an Oculus Rift when you have it connected to the PC with a USB cable. If you're watching on Amazon, I have a link to the cable also. This is just an Anchor USB 3 cable, but you need a USB 3 cable that goes USB A to C because it has to support USB 3 for the data transfer. You've got, you know, all the video going into the headset, and then you've got all the data heading back to the computer for positional stuff and whatever. And surprisingly, that feature has improved dramatically since they first implemented it, and they keep, you know, pushing down driver updates and stuff. So it's pretty good stuff. So yeah, I've been enjoying that. Martin Paolini is here. Michael's just noticed that the analog DAC finally shipped, so you can get Star Wars Arcade 32 Exowhirl on the analog. Yeah, you know what I did recently is I hooked up I have this TV upstairs that turns out it had RGB hooked up, like an RGB connection on it already, so just built in. So I've been playing with that a little bit too. So yeah, this was fun. So I just wanted to show you all that, and it wasn't something that I would necessarily put into a video. The crazy thing is, I love VR. Like, I really love VR, but there just doesn't seem to be a lot of viewer interest around it. Because whenever I do, even this stream, we've got about 50 watching. If I was building a PC right now, we'd have 300 or 400 people in. So it's just folks are just not excited about VR the way they are about other stuff. You know, this is cool stuff. So if you do have VR and you like Star Wars, Project Stardust is what you want to get, because this is so much fun. It is a really fun recreation of the 1980s arcade game in virtual reality. And, you know, until we get like the proper Star Wars, you know, simulator, this is what we have. Tornado makes a very good point. Like, this thing has been, you cannot get these things. I can't believe, like, this has been out for a year and you still can't get it. And I think what it is that it's a weird dynamic. So this is not selling like a PlayStation sells. So they have to figure out, like, how many do we make to meet demand without making too many? And I think you know, the whole COVID thing hit at the wrong time, because now, like, everyone's home and wants to start playing with this stuff. So, and I think too, it's in many ways, until you experience VR on one of the more modern headsets, like, you don't see the value of it. Because just watching the 2D version of me playing around with it, it doesn't give you the full experience like it would if you were seeing it. Because what you're looking at, I'm just watching the replay on my computer screen here. What you're experiencing is an immersive cockpit in this instance for the Star Wars game. And it's something that it doesn't feel real, but it feels like you're in that cockpit, and you quickly lose your sense of place, and you don't get that by just watching the 2D version on a stream like this. You actually have to be, you know, in there playing with it. It's really cool. Tornado makes a good point that the PlayStation VR sold 5 million units, and so the PlayStation's VR, I believe, is the top seller. But Oculus, the Quest here, has been really catching up to it. So the PC VR headsets have not sold very well at all. They're selling enough to make it worth some development, but not significantly so. So you're seeing a lot of VR development head over to the Quest, just because there's an install base there that's significant. And I want to say that I think they did some measurement. I think in the first 6 months, so when we got to the holiday season with the Quest, it had sold more software for Oculus in 6 months than the PC had done in 3 years, just to give you a sense as to where things are at. And so they've been very careful about curating the App Store, which is why that sidequest thing is so intriguing to people. But yeah, it looks like there's some rumors that they're developing a new Quest headset, and I'd be eager to see what they do there, because if this is running with like a Snapdragon processor, so if they can improve upon that, that'll certainly be interesting. And the reason why you might want to, so if you don't own a PC headset at all, and you don't have a significantly powerful PC at the moment, this is probably the best VR headset to get, because it gives you the best of both worlds. You get the immersive, standalone stuff, but then you can plug it into your PC with the right USB cable, and you've got the PC experience too. It's really, it's been good. And you have to have a PC that's powerful enough. I would say if you're in the market for a PC, get a 2060 GPU at the minimum, or the 1650 Ti. Those two are really kind of where you want to start now. You could get by with like a 960 from a couple of years ago, but the VR software is starting to get more advanced. So if you wanted to play like Half-Life Alyx, which is an amazing experience, you really want as much GPU horsepower as you can afford there. So, and Michael says that the new Quest will likely be 90 hertz. That's awesome. But likely not till next spring, so it'll probably be next year. But yeah, I think they're selling a lot of these things, and it's so well done. I mean, it's the best way to say what this is like. It's like the first iPad, which is it's the first thing that gets close to implementing what you would expect VR to be. And I think from the consumer standpoint, the hard part has been that there hasn't been a standalone, not a utility, a standalone appliance. This is a VR appliance. You take, without the cable plugged in, you put it on your head, you got VR, and it's good VR. Room scale, you can go like huge room scale with this thing. It's really good. And the PC required all the stuff you had to get. It was, it's not hard to do it on the PC, but I think from the consumer standpoint, especially when it came out 3 years ago, you really needed a powerful desktop PC. Now you can get by with a laptop like I've got here, so that made a big deal. All right. Well, I've got to take care of a few things with some phone calls that I got to return. But this was a fun stream. I just wanted to, kind of get some stuff going on my Quest, and I thought I would just involve you all with that as well. And unfortunately, we don't get a lot of, a lot of viewership on these VR things, but that's it. So, all right. Well, I am going to be back again soon. I've got another one of. I'll probably be back maybe tomorrow with another stream, because I have more odds and ends kind of things, like a bunch of USB-C hubs, and I got this cool charger that looks like an old Walkman, so we'll play around with that. So I'll probably be back tomorrow. I'm actually really well caught up on my work this week, so I'll be doing a couple more streams. So we're going to do a stream probably tomorrow around maybe just after lunchtime Eastern time. So we'll check it out, and we'll see what comes together. But I will say, I've been really pleased with my new production machine here. This has been working really well. And it's amazing, like even when you're doing stuff like this, like where you've got a computer screen coming in via NDI and myself overlaid on it with the video file running under there. My computer is only like 6% utilized right now, including the streaming going out to 2 different places. It's crazy. So it's good stuff. All right. Okay, everybody, I am going to take off, and I will be back again soon. So stay tuned, and I thank you all for tuning in and letting me share some of my favorite VR stuff with you. All right, I'll talk to you all very shortly, and enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Bye-bye.